All right, so let's create an AI assistant using Next.js application and OpenAI. So let's see how we're gonna do that. Okay, so let's create a next application first. Create npx create React app. Sorry, next app. Next app at 14.2.5. All right, it's gonna take some time. Okay, so let's use AI assistant. AI, just AI. No, I don't need to use TypeScript in this. And let's go with yes, no, and no. Okay, well, we don't gonna use it, but no. All right, all right. Our project is being created. Let me check if my voice is all right or not. Yeah, it is. Okay. CD AI and go to AI. All right. So what we are gonna do is we are going to yeah, let's first run it. npm run dev, and in that different terminal, I will install material UI installation. Okay, and install that thing, and also I will install OpenAI. All right. In the meanwhile, we are going to generate OpenAI keys. As you see, I have one key here, but that doesn't matter. And I will just revoke that key, and I will create a new key for my, like, let's say test, and project is new. You can select wherever you want to do. Just generate one OpenAI key, copy that key, and in the root file, use .env dot local and OpenAI API key is equal to your API key. All right, great. Now what we are gonna do is let's see if our application is started or not. All right, our dependencies has been installed. Let's see. Let's look at the other side. Okay, it's compiling right now. In the app application, great. Okay, still running. So just to say that we are just going to create our chat application in that. The front end will be in that. And how the backend will be designed, let's create a folder in API. That will be a folder and slash that would be another folder chat. You can use that as a route, and Next one is route.js. All right, great. So how do we define route.js? Let's say I will export async function post. So that will be a post route. And let's say we are going to return new next response. Hello world. All right. Yep, it is running. Let's test this in Postman. All right, so our endpoint is 3000, and that happens to be our endpoint as API slash chat. And I will make a post request without a payload. Let's send this. Cool, it's running. I mean, we are receiving something. All right, great, great, that's great. We are at least it's hitting the same, hitting the right endpoint. Okay, so what we are gonna do is go to page.js and clear all this. We are not going to need any of it. Since we are using material UI, we are using box. So whole application of our structure would be this would be a whole screen, and after that we are going to use this as a div. Our terrible Peter. Okay, this, and after that this will be the area for our chats, and this will be per chat, and one more div inside this like this, like responses from a sender and an assistant. Okay, and one area will be this to send the message and the send button. All right, great. All right, so start from the box here. The box will we will set the width as 100 VW. The height would be 100 VH, 100 VH, and display will be flex because we just wanna center that div, and flex would be flex justify content would be center, flex direction would be column, and align items would be center. Cool. Then we are going to use stack. Okay, stack what we want is stack. Direction would be column. Width would be, let's say, 500 pixel. Height would be, let's say, 700 pixel. and border would be 1px solid black. Okay, that's great because we have to remove this page.module.css. I think guess we are good now. All right, no issues. Also, that global CSS we need to get rid of. Okay, so a basic UI is that like a chat functionality will be inside this. Okay, so now we just created this layer. Okay, now on to next one. Okay, stack would be okay. All right, inside we are going to create another stack that will have our direction of column, spacing of two, flex grow of one. Our flow will be auto, max height, sorry, max height would be 100%, and border will be 1px. Border is just to like to define that we are creating something and indicating that these things are being drawn solid black. All right. So inside that stack, we will be using a box, and this box will contain like a border of 1px solid black and display flex justify content. Let's say not that is a little bit like interesting because if the message is from the assistant, we are going to use flex start, and if it's going to be from a user, then we are going to use flex end. Okay, so that's let's say let's start. Let's add the use state here, and for use state we should like use client here, use client here. All right. After that, we are going to set const message, set message, messages, set messages is equal to use state an array of messages like at start what we are going to do what like what should be our initial message here. The initial messages here should be role assistant and content should be hi, I am your assistant for today. All right, great, that's great. And here we are going to put a condition. Let's first map here messages dot map We are just simply going to return m dot content because we are just interested in showing the content, and justify content if message message sorry m dot role is equal to assistant. Then we are going to use flex start. Otherwise, we are going to use flex end. Understood? All right. All right. All right. My bad. Great. I'm your assistant today. Is flex start. All right. Let's try and add it to like flex end. Like let's say if I'm a user, then we are going to use flex end. All right. That's cool. Great. Let's head over. I think we should do one more thing. Instead of using this, we can create one more box inside here. Box, and we should set like a background color. If like copy this one, we can copy this one. We will be using a material UI property. We are going to use a primary dot main color if role is assistant. Else we are going to use secondary, I guess, secondary dot main. All right. And here we are going to pick a color. Color would be white. I guess white is okay. And a border radius of, let's say, 15. We will like try to update it if it suits our needs. All right. And the padding of 3 because padding should be important here. And inside that, we are going to use m dot content. All right. Let's see how this works out. Yeah, that seems all right. Let's remove the border. Border is kind of like not really looking cool. All right, border is removed. All right, we are good. Good to know. Okay, after that, we are going to step out of this stack and we are going to create one more stack. So, okay, I can like show you here where we are standing right now. We have created this and we have created this and this one. Okay, so this whole div has been cleared. What we are gonna do is we are going to create this one right now. Okay, so what we are gonna do is let's create stack and what would be the direction, I guess. The direction would be row because we need to create two buttons, two like things. One would be the input placeholder, and the next thing will be a send button. Direction would be row spacing would be like two because we just don't need both these divs to be collapsing with each other. Would be two, and we're good to go. Inside stack we are going to introduce a text field where we are gonna receive get messages from user. Label should be label should be let me just close this tag first. Yeah, label should be message. Yeah, that's great. Label should be message, and we are going to use fill width. And after that, we are going to put a value. Value would be message. Let's create one more use state. That would be const message, set message, and use state and empty string. All right. And its value will be message. And on change, we are going to like set set message to e dot target dot value. Okay. All right. And that's great. Text field is okay. Then we are going to create a button. Button variant should be contained. Variant should be contained. On click, one should be to let's create a function first. Then we are going to let's just declare it first. Handle click. All right. And after that button, all right, that's cool. That's great. Let's create this handle click button. Const handle click is equal to great. Let's save this and all right. Seems good to me right now. And I guess we should add a text in the button, which I forgot. Send. Great. Yeah, that's great. Okay. So in the handle click, what we are going to do is let's create it. This is an async function because we are going to fetch an API in async function. And first set message is equal to empty array because no, if you are thinking that setting the message to null first before like assigning it to something or using it, then no, it's not a problem. It won't be changed. The state that does not how the state works. It will be saved. The message that is that's being fetched from the user that's the user has been written. The message will be saved as soon as we have the function alive. Okay, so even if you like set the message to null array at the end or at the top, no issues. It will still contain that message. Okay, so that won't be an issue. Then we are going to set messages to let's set messages to let's say let's create messages would be. And as this is an array, so what will we see is as we will spread the operator like messages, and then we will create an object at last with the role, user, and content would be that message. Great. And one more object where the role is, let's create that one as an object. Role would be assistant, and content would be null array. Now, why I am like setting the assistant, okay, setting the assistant content as another array because we are going to fetch an array and we are going to use that content, this bracket as the last message, and we are going to use it to fetch that like message. You will be seeing things will get more clarity as we move forward. All right. Okay, with that being said, what we are going to do is let's try catch so that it doesn't throw errors. Okay, const response is equal to await fetch API chat. Now what we are gonna do is method would be post and headers would be content type would be application JSON. Data would be okay. So that part would be like depends more on the backend area. So what we are gonna do is like stop it right there and create a backend now. Okay. All right. So in the in the route.js, we have tested our API. Okay, that's working fine. What we are gonna do is we are going to like use a post request, and this post request we are going to receive a request messages in the form of request, but we are going to send from here from the front end, and we are so remove this one. Const messages is equal to request dot wait request dot json. Great. And then we are going to see if like array dot is array messages, if even it's an array we are receiving, because we are likely to be receiving that array. If we are not receiving it, then we are going to return new next response as invalid invalid data format. Great, that's great. And status would be 400. All right, with that being said, now move to our original thing. And okay, so using OpenAI, we need to like generate a system prompt first to let AI to indicate AI what we are interested in from our AI assistant. So what I would do is I would go with ChatGPT and chat OpenAI. Okay, so I will give a prompt that generate a prompt, generate a prompt for OpenAI to be used as an AI assistant in my Medicare my Medicare clinic application, and the clinic timings are 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Great. To be reason, let's refresh it. Okay. Great. I will copy that, and we don't need to use it inside our function. Let's say system prompt is equal to cool system prompt. All right. Now inside this, we are going to add first completions. Completion is equal to await OpenAI dot. All right, we are going to need const OpenAI is equal to new OpenAI. Nice. OpenAI dot create. All right, not not far. Dot that dot completions dot create, and inside this we are going to use messages. Messages will be like this. Role will be system, and content will be system prompt. All right, and after that we are going to use spread operator for the rest of messages, so that we can create like a history of messages to display, and to let AI know what's going on and how to respond to certain messages. Great. Great messages. And after that array, we are going to specify a model. I will use GPT for a mini, and then we are going to let stream to be true. Okay, great. Okay, after that, we are going to create a stream. So what is stream? You might see that like, okay, say something. You can see how ChatGPT is like generating a message. Like it's not like you uploading a pure paragraph or a paragraph at a one time. It's generating word by word, you are seeing that it's like writing something. So it's a stream of words that a chat gpt is generating, and that's what we are going to generate. We don't want to like give a whole paragraph in the one go. So we are going to generate a stream is equal to new readable stream, and inside this stream we are going to use async start, and taking it as a controller. Now we are going to use encoder, an encoder, new. Well, that encoder is a new text encoder. Then we are going to use try catch, and inside try catch we are going to use a for loop for await const chunk of completion. Now, what is chunk and what is completion? Each word like ChatGPT is generating, we are calling it a chunk. And let's see what we are going to do with that chunk. Okay. Now we are going to create content. Const content is equal to chunk dot choices zeroth index dot delta dot content. All right. Nice. And seeing if we have content, then we are going to create a text which will like encoder dot encode content that will encode the content. Text will like create text will like store the encoded content. So like you can say more of a readable kind content. And controller dot, okay, a little misspelling here. Great. Dot enqueue, and that would be text. Okay. Enqueue, why is that? Why are we using enqueue in this? Okay, as soon as we get to like a text content here, we will just encode that content and store it in text and like append that text in the controller. All right, to be made available for the like stream. Let's say this. Okay, and that when, all right, controller.enqueue text, and then we are going to just finally controller.close, and after that we are we are so done with this, and we are returning a new next response that would be string. All right, great, that's great. Now coming towards the page, how we are going to receive that thing, we are like sending what data we are sending. Okay, so apparently we are receiving a messages area, so we better send a message for that array of messages. And how to control that thing? Let's say, hmm, well, that would be an object of messages having an array or spread operator messages, and then role would be user, like a user like a user sent a request, and then we are using like then we'll be getting a response from the system as an assistant. And content would be message. All right, that's great. We might need to stringify that thing, so we will be using json.stringify. Great. Okay, we are done with the data part. Use body instead of data. Great. All right. So to read that response, that stream that we are sending from the back, and we are going to use a reader and response dot body dot get reader. All right. After that, we are also using a decoder. Decoder would be new text decoder. And after that, we are using that. Okay, we are having a while loop here. While true, what is while true? Let's say const done and value is equal to uh, await reader dot read. Okay, they will be like we are using our object or concept of object destructuring here. We just need two keys and values there. First one is done and second one is the value. Value is the actual stream and done is the whether we are completed or not, whether we are done or not. All right, so that's what it says. Okay, after that, what we are going to do is let's say if we are done, we are going to simply break it. Okay, break that loop. Else, what we are going to do is uh, const text. Sorry, I just misspelled const every time. Const text is equal to decoder dot decode, and that would be value, and stream would be true. Right. And set messages. would be messages. So here's a bit of an interesting part here. But how are we going to create a successful array out of this? Okay, let's say my last message would be messages messages dot length -1, right? That's the last index of the messages array, and let other messages. Oh, messages is equal to messages dot slice 0, messages dot length -1. These are my other messages, and what is happening here? So this is the last message we are having, the last index, and these are the other messages like message dot slice. We are just cutting the last message from the other messages so that we create two like arrays. So what does that benefit us? Let's see here. Now we are returning an array of other messages, and the last message would be last message, and content content would be last message dot content plus text. Great. That's great. So what just happened there? Let's see here. Let me use. All right. So initially, where were we? We just okay. Here we are. Every time we are sending a message, we are sending assistant and content is equal to null array. Okay, and our role is equal to, that is our role is equal to assistant. That is the rest of the last message content. Okay, let's use. Okay, so initially we have initial array content would be empty string and role would be user. Okay, after that, let's say this is the last index and we have other messages as this one. Okay, after getting the response, we are using a while loop that is creating a string. Okay, that is decoding and then adding that text. Okay, let's say we are using text every time we are decoding the value from the stream as soon as coming and true. We are using that text, and inside that text, we are using like let's say our assistant is sending hi, I am AI. Okay, so we are running a loop and this is running a loop and we are just done is not done is false yet value will be like first we are first iteration we are using we are using decoding that value to stream and setting my message, and the last message other messages are there and the last message content is also there like in the what is there in the last message would be the second attribute was the role is still there. That's why we are using a spread operator, and then we have content. In content, we have last message dot content was initially a null array, a null like string, sorry. Yeah, content will be a null string because right now the string is null. We are using going to plus this content plus text. Okay, now how is hi is in that last message dot content. Here, then we go here comes I, then there comes am, there comes AI. All right, so that's how it's going to like create a sense. So that's how it is okay. That's how it is working. Okay. As soon as we are true and we are not done yet, will not break it, and all of these messages will be inside set messages. Okay. That's great. Wow. You see, that's just ran. Okay, honestly, I had no hopes of running it for the first time, like in the first try. But yeah, now let's go through that code. And again, I don't think we don't need to like go to that code again. We are just like sending the request and request in response the response we are getting, we are just like rendering that response in the array, and we have just set our system prompt as an your AI assistant for medical clinic app. Okay, let's talk about it for a second. What are the clinic timings? Okay, our clinic operates from 9 a.m. Okay, and are there any specialists? Cool. So it's going to like operate on how you set the system from. You can give him the specific details about your clinic or whatever the business you are running. It can operate on these things. So that's how easy it is to create an AI application using OpenAI Next.js application and Material UI. Obviously, the style is not good, not even like worth looking for, but you get the initial idea and you just create on your own ideas, your own styles based on this. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks and have a good day.